The 2011 WRC season is looking like a classic. Last time out in Jordan, we saw the history books rewritten when Sébastien Ogier claimed the closest ever World Rally victory by just 0.2 of a second. Just 8 points separate the top 4 drivers. And at the next round in Italy, after an absence of more than 40 years, we welcome back Mini to the top echelons of rallying. The excitement is about to raise yet another notch. Coming up in an action-packed WRC Rally World this week. We bring you exclusive access to the official launch of the new Mini team and talk to the drivers charged with taking the fight to Citroën and Ford.
To compete with the likes of Sébastien Loeb is an awesome challenge, but you know, we're up for it.
And we chat to Norway's veteran superstar Petter Solberg after more frustration in Jordan. That winning feeling still eludes the former champion.
It doesn't take much to get back on top again. I'm ready to fight.
And later in the show, we bring you a full preview to the next stop for the WRC in the mountains of Sardinia. So, from the deserts of Jordan, the next stop on the WRC Tour is the idyllic island of Sardinia for the Rali d'Italia. The second largest island on the Mediterranean Sea is a firm favourite with the passionate Italian fans, and the historic landscape provides a stunning backdrop. The bustling port city of Olbia provides the HQ and service park for this challenging event. Olbia lies on the northeast corner of Sardinia, 270 kilometres away from the Italian capital Rome, across the Tyrrhenian Sea. The rally features a new route on day one in the Oristana area, with the forest stages around Monte Acuto and the new Gallura power stage following on. There are just under 340 kilometres of competitive action in total. The stages are run over typical Mediterranean gravel roads, not excessively rough but quite demanding and incredibly narrow. The surface itself is sandier than other loose surface events and at times very soft, with big stones right on the edge of the road, making precise driving essential. Rally Sardinia has provided plenty of incident in its 7-year history. On its WRC debut in 2004, we saw a dominant victory for Petter Solberg, with the then world champion winning 13 out of 19 stages in his Subaru Impreza. Two years later, Marcus Grönholm built up an early lead of over half a minute, only to retire on the second morning with oil pressure problems, leaving Sébastien Loeb free to claim his second consecutive Italy victory and 25th WRC win. In 2007, though, it all went horribly wrong for the Citroën man. An uncharacteristic error from Loeb saw the positions reversed. Loeb's Citroën was beached at the side of the road, and Grönholm led home a Ford 1-2 ahead of teammate Mikko Hirvonen. But 12 months later, Loeb was back on top. Despite playing the role of road sweeper for 2 days, he held off the attentions of Mikko Hirvonen to claim his third Sardinian victory by just over 10 seconds. And in our last visit to Sardinia 2 years ago, Jari-Matti Latvala used a similar tactic to the one used by Sébastien Ogier in Jordan recently, with his rivals all playing road order tactics and backing off. Jari kept his foot down and, aided by hanging dust on the final morning, he claimed a memorable victory. And the Rali d'Italia 2011 is certainly set to be a memorable occasion, with the return of an old friend to the WRC stages. Since the official announcement last year that Mini would be returning to the World Rally Championship, there has been a huge level of excitement and anticipation surrounding the project. And after months of waiting, the public finally got their first look at the John Cooper Works Mini WRC at the official team launch held at Mini's main production plant in Oxford. It was a case of past and present colliding, with former Mini drivers and winners Paddy Hopkirk and Rauno Aaltonen joining new Works drivers Chris Meek and Danny Sordo to launch the car. The Mini project is a joint venture between BMW and ProDrive, whose heritage in the WRC is as substantial as Mini's, having managed Subaru to multiple world championships. And chief representatives from both sides were on hand to welcome in this new era in Mini's history.
Now, in Paris, when we showed the concept for the first time, Jean Todt, unprompted, unscripted, said the legend is back in rallying. Now, I couldn't have wished for better words, and I think that says it all, that Mini has a great history, but this is very much a car for 2011 and into the future.
You've only got to look around here and realise the interest level is starting to build. And we've known about it, obviously, and we're working slowly behind the scenes, developing the car now for quite some time. But when you suddenly realise that everybody is paying attention, you realise that we've got a lot to live up to. The car's been finished and designed last September, so it's about 6 months of testing. During that time, most weeks there's been a test program somewhere going on in Europe, either back here in England, where we have our own test facilities, or in Spain or France, and just putting miles and miles and miles on the car, improving it, sorting out reliability issues, and just making it more and more competitive.
David Wilcock, as the technical director of the Mini WRC team, has been the man charged with getting the Mini ready for competition and has overseen every step of the testing programme.
It's been an aggressive testing programme, it's fair to say. So I've seen it through all of its running, and it's great to watch it develop. But we're on target, you know. We're up to 6,000 kilometres of testing at the moment, so we're pushing hard to make sure that we arrive in Sardinia in a good place.
As the team's first competitive action, Sardinia is the next step in the development process. It's there that the team and drivers will really be able to measure where they are against their rivals, and everyone is eager to get to the start line.
Sardinia is the first rally for a new team, a new car. Everyone's getting quite excited. For me personally, I know I will have something to learn at that level, but we have to get to the finish of the rally, number one. We have to put kilometres in the car to learn, but I'm sure throughout the rally we want to push to the maximum to see what speed we have.
I think we are prepared, we are ready for starting Sardinia, and after that we need to do more things, working like everybody, but we need to be a little bit patient because the car is new, the team is new, so we'll see.
Sardinia day one, it's an acid test. It's 140 kilometres, 8 stages, and all they get is a 15-minute service after the first loop of 4. So it's straight in the deep end. We know we've got a good product, we just want to see where we are against the opposition. All we need to do now is execute it correctly and see where we are.
I want to see both cars at the finish. I want to see some competitive times, and I want to just get more miles under our belt, and anything more than that, we'll be very happy.
Although Sardinia will be the debut for the Mini WRC, the Super 2000 specification Minis have already competed in Portugal and Jordan, with Portuguese driver Armindo Araújo in particular giving the team cause for optimism.
I think the fact that a customer could take one of the cars in the customer specification and be lying, 6 overall at one stage of the event, proved that just how competitive the car is already. It gave us confidence of what we might expect in the future.
Armindo was very pleased with the performance of his S2000 car. So with the WRC kit and Chris and Danny behind the wheel, then we hope for a little bit more.
Even with the obvious excitement from all the team at competing in their first event, they are trying to manage expectations, understanding that Sardinia is simply another step towards a greater goal.
2011 is very much a building block for the future. We want to gain as much experience as possible and carry that through into 2012. Ultimately, it's going to take us some time to win. And for me as a driver, I've some learning to do at this level, and to compete with the likes of Sebastian Loeb is an awesome challenge, but we're up for it.
You can hear more about what Mini can expect from Sardinia in our preview later in the show. Exciting times ahead for ProDrive and Mini then. ProDrive's last world champion with Subaru, Petter Solberg, meanwhile, has entered his third year as a WRC privateer. And after a brilliant third-place finish last term, the Norwegian has high expectations for the 2011 campaign. But so far, not everything has gone to plan.
Sweden, we had some issues.
Come on, go. Leave, Petter, come on.
Yeah, electric in Mexico.
GEIKO.
And then we had punctures in Portugal. What can I say? Okay, we got third in the World Championship last year. It was a huge step for me in the private team. But of course, I want more.
There was more frustration for the Citroën driver in Jordan, crashing out while fighting for a podium finish. Despite all these problems, though, Petter's never-give-up motto has seen him fight his way to an impressive 5th in the World Championship.
We are 5th in the championship, and we deserve higher, but now it will turn. Okay, we have 1 stage wins less than Loeb, and you know, for me that is absolutely perfect. But I want to come higher on the World Championship ranking now quite soon. To make yourself better, you know, sometimes something has to happen, and drop back to 20th place, and I've been up to 40th place, I think, and drove back up to 4th and 5th place. That is that is something that gives you a good energy. At the same time, you put a goal where you want to be after you have been dropping back for many minutes, and then we do even better.
Although he's yet to score a power stage win, Petter's certainly enjoying the new format, and the former champion relishes the opportunity of a few extra points at the end of each rally.
I think it's a great idea, and you have one more goal to look after, especially when you have been through the situation as I have been now on the last 2 rallies. I have a goal and looking forward to that stage. And I lost that 2,010th to Loeb to get the point in extra point in Mexico. So it's this small detail, but here they come.
Petter and co-driver Chris Patterson formed an instant podium partnership in the mountains of Bulgaria, and now entering their 12th rally together, they'll be hoping to find their first podium of 2011.
It's been working really well, and he's very motivated, focused, nice guy, calm, adapting very quickly. It's very important, so it's a good thing to have, and that's a good thing.
Solberg knows what it takes to win on the island of Sardinia, having won here by over 2 minutes back in 2004.
Sardinia Rally is unbelievable. The roads are very nice. I'm on the case now, and I will push myself up to the podium in the World Championship very quickly now, so I will push.
Petter is driving his 3rd car in 3 seasons, and now in the Citroën DS3, he feels very confident a win is just around the corner.
20.
Everything is absolutely perfect, so even if it's a 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive or whatever, it doesn't matter. If just things work normal, you can just jump in and you can be fast. It's worse when the basics is not right. Then it doesn't matter what you do, you can't do well.
And with 9 events left to battle, can Petter still win the championship?
I really hope so. It doesn't take much to get back on top again. I'm ready to fight.
Coming up after the break, we have an exclusive chat with the latest young Norwegian hoping to step into Petter's shoes.
It's never easy to just follow someone else in their footsteps. You just have to pick up something here and there and try to use the most useful things.
And we highlight all the best action from the 2nd round of the SWRC in Jordan. The incredible scenery of Sardinia plays host to round 5 of the WRC, and the drivers of the Super 2000 category will again be in action as they were last time out in Jordan.